Hi, my name is David Schmidt. I am a seminarian for the Diocese of Pittsburgh. I'm set to be ordained in 2 years in June 2022. And we were just asked to share a message of hope during these difficult times. So I decided to turn hope into an acronym. H is for heaven. So everything that God does in our life is to lead us to heaven. This is the end that he desires. He desires to spend eternity with us in heaven forever. In everything, he uses all the good and the bad that is happening to us in our lives, and it's no different than what's going on right now. Even in this difficult time, God is using all that is going on, the difficulties, the struggles, everything that is happening as a means to get us to heaven, whether it's a purification or whatever it might be. He knew it was going to happen. He's in full control, and he's using all this in the present time to lead us to his heavenly kingdom. So the second one, O. O stands for Oreo. And you might think this is a little odd, like why Oreo? So I love Oreos. The reason why I choose Oreo for O is just this notion of like joy. You know, Oreos bring me joy. I enjoy eating them. So find something that you enjoy doing during this time, during the struggle, during the suffering. Part of the Christian journey, what we believe is that we can find joy in our suffering, that even in the midst of our greatest suffering, we can experience the joy of God deep within us. And so I encourage you to find those things that give you joy, so you bring joy to yourself, but also find ways to bring joy to others, and try to bring a smile to their face. The third one, P, is for prayer. So pray, and pray some more. We can use this time to deepen our prayer life. A lot of people will say, well, I don't have time to pray. Well, this is a perfect opportunity for many people to take this time to deepen your prayer life in some way, whether it's, you know, praying a rosary daily, just whatever the situation is that you're in your life, your current prayer life. Ask God how he's desiring for you to deepen your prayer life. And we can use this time to deepen our relationship with God, deepen our love for him. Now, one question you might be asking is, well, how can I do this if I don't have access to public masses or the sacraments? And I would answer that just by saying that God knew all of this was going to happen. So he already had a plan in place for you to receive the graces that you were meant to receive, that you would have received while receiving the sacraments, receiving the Eucharist. And there's also bishops, priests, deacons, seminarians, religious all around the world who, you know, may still have access to these sacraments, who are receiving on behalf of those who can't. And they're receiving the Eucharist and the sacraments, and you're able to receive the graces, if not more graces, as if you were receiving them yourself. So again, know that there are people praying for you, and for you maybe to use this time to deepen your prayer life, and that God's still going to bestow graces on you, even during these times, albeit in, you know, a little bit of unique ways than maybe what you're used to. And then the final one is E, and that stands for Easter. So as Bishop Fulton Sheen, who alluded to, every Good Friday leads to an Easter Sunday. And it's no different in this situation. There's light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope. One day this will end. This epidemic won't last forever. And the hope is that we use this time for our own advantage to grow, so that when we get to the end of the tunnel, that light is much more bright and much more beautiful than we could ever imagine it of being. And part of that is going to be how we spend this time, whether we're going to see it as a curse or we're going to see it as a blessing. Hopefully you'll be able to look back during this time and see like, okay, I was really able to grow in my faith. I was really able to grow closer to God, grow more in love with him. I grew more as a person, and not just see it as a time of struggle and hardship, and everything. So again, to kind of sum up, we have H for heaven. Everything that God does is to lead us to heaven, the good and the bad, and it's no different with this situation. O for Oreo. Find the things that you enjoy in life, and seek to bring joy to yourself and to others. Seek to bring a smile to others' faces. P for prayer. Pray some more. use this time to deepen your prayer life, grow your relationship with God. And then E for Easter, Good Friday always leads to Easter Sunday. And to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. This will end. And hopefully this time could be seen as a blessing, not as a curse. And then finally, just always remember, God is here. God is in control. He won't abandon us. He won't leave us as orphans. So use this time for growth, to grow closer with him, grow closer with each other, pray for each other. And again, hopefully soon this epidemic will end and we can always look back on this time as a time for growth, a time of God's grace, manifested in very beautiful ways. So I'll be praying for you, pray for me, and be praying for you during this time. Peace.